Welcome to my channel, and here we are going to solve this particular problem, and it has to do with the surface development of a truncated cone. This is a right cone, and as we see here, the cone is cut in a very special or truncated in a very special way. So we are going to make surface development of this part, okay? And the diameter of the circular base of the cone is 64 millimeters, and then we have the height to be 64 millimeters, and the radius of this arc, and this arc here, the radius is 12 millimeters. And then we have that for us to obtain this point through which this arc is constructed, we have to take a measurement of 6 millimeters from here to here, and also for us to get this, we have to take a measurement of 3 millimeters to this point, to this side, and also we take 8 millimeters up. So that's where we are going to put the pinpoint of our compass with 12 millimeters to draw this arc. So let's start and see how this work can be done. So don't forget that we want to make surface development of this particular truncated cone. Now, so the first thing that we are going to do is to draw a horizontal center line, so like this. Alright, so then we are going to draw a vertical center line. So we need to be patient for us to get this work done. We don't have to rush it. So we draw a vertical center line like this. Okay, so as I've said, the diameter of the cone, diameter of the circular base of the cone is 64 millimeters. So half of 64 is 32. So we take a measurement of 32 millimeters here. So this is 32, and then putting at this point, we are going to draw a semicircle. So we draw a semicircle like this. Okay, so this semicircle, we are going to divide it into 6 equal parts. So putting the pinpoint of our compass here, so make an arc here. Then we put it at this point, so we make an arc here. So we make an arc here on this side. Then with the pinpoint at this point, we make an arc here. So now we are going to label this point. So we are going to number this point. So we are going to number this point. So right from here. So here we have, this is 0. So this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Okay. So this is 4, 5, and then we have what? We have 6. Okay. So having done this, the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to draw, extend this center line, this vertical center line. So we extend it. I think I ought to have done that before. Okay, so we extend it, and on this line we are going to take a measurement of 64 millimeters. 64 millimeters as the height of the cone. So we take a measurement of 64 millimeters. So from here, so this is 64 millimeters. So with this 64 millimeters, we are connecting this point 6 here with this point. That is the apex of the cone. So we connect it like this, and also we connect point 0 with the apex of the cone. So we join this together, so like this. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is that I'm going to draw a horizontal line from this point to this side. That is for the arc that we want to draw, and I will take a measurement of 6 millimeters from this point. So on this center line, so I take 6 millimeters to this side. This is 6 millimeters here. So here I'm going to draw a vertical center line, just coming down a little bit from here. Okay, so this is okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to take a measurement of 3 millimeters from this point here to this side. 3 millimeters. So this is 3 millimeters. So this is 3 millimeters here. Okay. So then I will take 8 millimeters on this vertical line up. 8 millimeters on this vertical center line. So this is 8 millimeters here. So here I'm going to draw a vertical line. So here I will draw a vertical line. Goes up like this. Then from this point where we have 8 millimeters, I will draw horizontal line. So that's the point of intersection. So the next thing that we are going to do is to draw the arcs. So now I will take a measurement of 12 millimeters as the radius of the arcs. So 12 millimeters. So this is 12 millimeters on my ruler. So putting it at this point here. So here I'm going to draw an arc from here like this. So just to touch this center line. So I will still need to draw this center line, keeping that 12. So I need to bring it down a little bit because they need to intersect. Okay. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is that I need to locate the center of the arc that we have in this part, and to do that, I put the pinpoint on my compass here and make an arc on this line. So that is the center. So then putting the pinpoint on my compass here, so by the time I put it here, it will touch this arc here. Then I will turn it like this. Alright, so that's how to construct the arc as I've done it. So the next thing that we are going to do is that, so I'm going to make this line. So this line will be a thick line. So this is a thick line. So this line here is a thick line. Okay. So that's what we have left after we have cut this part off. Then this will also be a thick line from here to here. Okay. Then I will make it a thick line from here to this end. So that is what we have left, and this is what we are expected to develop. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do is this. So I'm going to draw a vertical line from this point 1 to meet the horizontal line like this. Then from point 2 I will draw a vertical line to meet the horizontal line, and from point 4 here I will draw a vertical line to meet the horizontal line. From point 5 I will also draw a vertical line to meet the horizontal line. Then I'm going to connect this point with the apex of the cone. So I will draw a line from here. Okay, so then from here also I will draw a line. And then, so from this point here, I will also draw a line from here. With this. And then from here, I will also draw a line. Okay. So for us to work this curve out in the development, there's something that we need to do. I'm going to show you. Because of this curve, so we need to make sure that we are able to produce this part in the surface development, and there is no line that pass through this part of the curve. So this is how we are going to do it. So I'm going to get a point here on this part, most especially this sharp end. So I have a point here, and then I have a point here. Okay, then I'm also going to work on this part, but just look at the way I'm going to do it. So for this part here, I'm going to draw a line that will pass through this point. Okay, so it goes up to the apex of the cone like this, and then so let me draw this line. Let me complete it. So also I will draw a line that will pass through. We need this point and this point here. So I will also draw a line from here. So draw a line through this point, meeting this point on the horizontal line. Then I will also draw a line to touch this particular point here. So this is it. Alright, so we have this point. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I need to bring this point, I need to bring them down onto this semicircle. So from here, so I will draw a vertical line from this point down. Okay, and then then from this point I will draw a vertical line down. Then from this point I will draw a vertical line down. So now I'm going to label this point. So this point I will call it point X here, this particular point here, and this point I will call it point Y. So why this point here, that is in between 3 and 2, I will call it Z. So let's take note of that. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do now, we go for the construction of the surface development of this cone. So I will just come around here and then I will draw horizontal line from here. So let's call this point, let's call it point O. This is point O here, and this point here will also be my point O here. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is that I will take this length from here, from this point O to this 0 here. So don't forget that we are opening from this way, we are opening from. That's where we have the seam. We are opening it from here. So that is on this 0 line. So I will take this distance. Okay. So we take a measurement from this point, point O to this point 0 here. So that's the true length. So bringing it to this point here, so we are going to draw an arc. So we draw an arc that goes like this. Okay, so then, so since we are opening from this point, this is point 0 now. This is point 0. So we are opening from here. So the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to make 12 arcs along this arc here. So, and then what we need to do is to take distance 1 and 2 or 0 and 1. Any one that we like. So just take 0 and 1 or 0 and 2 now. So sorry, 1 and 2. So putting at this point, we make an arc, 12 arcs on this arc here, so that this is 2 and this is 3. So I'm going to pause the video and do the rest. Okay, so now I have done it. So I've located the 12 points on the arcs, and then I've numbered from 0 to 6, 0 to 6 here. So 6 is in the middle, so that's going to be it's going to be in the middle as we have here. Then the next thing that we need to do is that all these points that we got, that is point X, point Y, and point Z, we need to get them on this surface here so that our work can be easy. And how can we do that? Okay, so if you look at this point 3, so it's this point 3, and okay, this point 3 here. So this point Z is close to 2. So we put the midpoint of our compass at 3 here and we extend it to Z here. So let's get that first. So we extend it to Z here. So then we put at 3 here. So it is close to 2. So we are going to put at 3 here and we make an arc here close to 2 here. So that's the first point Z on that side. And then I'll put at this point again and then make an arc here again. So close to 2. So this is point Z here. So we have this point of point Z, and this point also is point Z here. So let's pay attention to that. So the next one is that we need to get point X and Y. So if you look at point X here is close to 4, and point Y also is also close to 4 or close to 3. So we just put in point our compass here. We extend to X. So let's get X first. So we extend it to X here. So just look at it. So alright, so we extend it to X here. We take this distance and we put it at 3. So we put at 3 here. So we make an arc here. So that is the first point X, and then we also put at 3 at this point. So this is the second point X on this side. So I will write it. So this is X here and this is X here. So next is we need to get point Y. So from this 3 again, so we extend to Y. So this is point Y here. So we take this distance here. So we take the distance here. So we put it at 3, and so we make an arc here on this arc, and then so we put it at 3 here. So here we make an arc. So now we have point Y at this point, and we also have point Y at this point. So now, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we need to connect this point with point O, which is the apex of the cone. Okay, so we connect this point Y to point O here. Okay, and then point X also, we connect it together with point Y, point O, like this. And then point Z here, we also need to do the same thing. We connect it with point O. Okay, then so we come here also, we do the same thing. So we connect point X here with point O. Okay, so then point Y, we have to connect it together with point O. Then point Z, we connect it together with point O. Alright, so I believe we are getting this. So the work is so it's going to be long. So to get it done. So you get done. Just need to be patient. So let's start for the surface development. So we start with 0. So this is put at point O here, and we extend to this point 0 here because that is where we have the seam. So on this line 0, we extend it to line 0 here at this point, and we bring it here. Okay, bring it to this point here. So we make an arc on 0. So make an arc on 0. Okay, so the next is we put it at 1. At this point we extend to 1. So this point here is on 1. So we take this distance. Okay, alright, so we put it at this point O here, and we make an arc on 1 on this side, and also on 1 on this side. So the next is also put it at point O here. So we extend it to 2. So we still have a point on 2 here. So this is point 2. Okay. So we put it here on at point O here. Then we make an arc on 2. So we have to pay attention to these parts so that we not make mistake. So that is point 2 there. So let's dot this point out. So we have a point here, point here, here. Okay, so we have those points. So on 0, 1, 2. So then let's get out of 3. So from this point we extend it to 3. So this is the point on 3 here. This is the point on 3. Okay, so we get this point. But before that, we have point X, point Z here. So this is point Z. So let's take that. So we have point Z here. So we bring it to point O, and we look for line Z. So this is line Z, very close to 2. So this is the point, and also this is the point. Okay, so we have that point for Z. So let's dot it out. So we have this point, and we have this point. So next we have point 3. So from here we extend to 3. So this is point 3. So we are working on the upper part first. So this is point 3. So we put it at this point. I make an arc on 3. So 3 is close to Z. So we have this point, and then we have this point. Okay. So this is So this is point 3, and this is point 3. Alright, so next is we put it at this point, and we extend it to Y. So we have a point here on Y. So there's a point here for Y. So we extend it here. Okay, for Y here. So we take that distance and put it here. So we make an arc on Y. So this is point Y here. And also we have point Y. So here. Okay, so here we have this point, and then we have this point. So the next one is we put at this point O here, and we extend it to this point on X. So X is just 1 point. X is just 1 point. So we have this point for X here. Okay, so we take just this point alone for X. So we put it at this point, and on line X, so we make an arc. That is the point, and also this is the point. So we have this point. Okay, and then we have this point. All right, so we are moving on. So the next one is, so we need to come back here to this point over here, and then we go for the second point on this line, on this line Z here, so which is this point here. This is the point I'm talking about, this point. So we take this distance, so we bring it here on Z, so we make an arc here on Z. This is the point, and then so we also have Z here, so we make an arc here. This is the point. So we take note of this point, and also we take note of this point here. All right, so then the next is, we also have a point here on 3. This point here, we have it on 3. So we take this distance from here to here on 3. Okay, so we bring it here, and here we make an arc on 3. So this is 3. Okay, so also here on 3, so we make an arc here. So we have this point, and we have this point. All right, so the next is, we also have a point here on Y. Sorry, yeah, it's on Y. So we have this point on Y, so I just put it here and extend it to this point here on Y. This is the point, so we take it, so bringing it to this point. So where do we have Y? So we have Y here at this point, and then we also have Y here at this point. All right, so we got those points that we need. So then we still need one more point. So I'm going to show us that one more point that we need. So the point I'm talking about is this point here. This point, we need to locate this point here. You know, this part has been cut off and it ended here, so we need to locate this point here. So what we need to do is that I'll just draw a vertical line. So draw a vertical line from here down. Then so let me call it point P. So this is point P here. Okay, so I will take this distance from 3 to P. Don't forget that is towards X, towards Z, not so towards Z. So we have it, we take this distance, so then we put the midpoint here at 3, so we make an arc. This arc is towards Z, and then we also put it here. Okay, so we make an arc here. This is towards Z, so we have this point. So all right, so we have this point, and then we have this point. So this is point P, and this is also point P. So we are ending everything. So what we need to do now is that, so this is going to be a straight line from here to here. We join this together with a straight line. Okay, and we also have the same thing here. So we join this together with a straight line. Alright, so then with our French curve, we are going to connect these together. So I'm connecting this point together with point P. So this is it. Connect together with point P. So it goes like this. Okay, so then I can connect these 3 points together. Then, so we are connecting this point together. Okay, so I can connect these 3 points together. And this, and then, so here, and we connect these 2 points together smoothly. Alright, so that part is done. So the next is, so we need to connect these 2 points together. So point P and this point. So we connect them together like this. Okay, so then, so these 3 points, I will connect them together like this. Okay. so this point, so I'll connect these 2 points together. Alright, so these 2 points, or these 3 points, I will connect them together like this. Okay, so, and this point too. Then here I will connect this together like this. So the next thing that I need to do is that I need to make this to be in black, so that is to tick it out. So I don't have to use my compass. I don't want it to cause an error, so I can use my French curve to do this. Okay, and then okay, so to complete it, just to draw from here to here. Alright, so this is how the surface development looks. As simple as I've done it here. All you need to do is to practice. When you practice, you become a master at it. Thank you and God bless you.